Hey everybody, Charlie here. Welcome back to Endzone, where we are, we're now at the point in the game where pretty much every rain is going to be contaminated. And pretty much the entire ground is going to constantly be, well, irradiated as well. So, protective equipment, this little 16 people without clothing thing, that's like #1 priority right now. And we've got 10 cloth. We're going to need a whole hell of a lot more. We've got 8 coal. We're going to need a whole hell of a lot more. And we need to get more efficient with people's movements and how they get resources. So I am going to get one more rain collector. That's started already here, and we have enough resources on hand to get that done. Just kind of depends on when people can get it over there. But I want to start looking at sort of the future and how we're expanding from this point on. So the one thing that I need to do here is this little space. I think it's a really valuable bit of space, but it's not being used in a valuable way. So I'm going to take this sturdy house down, actually. And I think I'm also going to take out this recycler. We're going to rebuild a workshop because I need to rebuild it in order to use 2 workforce. Notice how this one, ooh, hang on. Can I actually use 2? Did they fix that? The update said I needed to rebuild a workshop in order to use 2 people here. Maybe it was the tailor shop. Maybe I needed to rebuild the tailor shop in order to use 4. Maybe that's what they said. We have a new tailor shop being put in here as well. Let me just see how that is. I might be wrong on all of that. Give me a second. We also have expeditions we could go do as well. And I want to take a look really quick at some of the interesting locations. So the nuclear power plant, this is a really big thing. And we need some actual educated people here. It's not super vital that we have this many people go, but it's important that we get people to go to this expedition who have all of these traits. And that also means that I need radiation suits. Probably, the actual suit. Not, I need tier 3 on this. Metal tools. All this stuff. We're not ready for that is what I'm trying to say. Now, there was another place I was looking at maybe sending my scout to. The Endzone is what we sent people to this too. And that's kind of interesting. But I'm not sure we're right for that one yet either. What I am looking to do, though, is I want to get some better seeds. I want to get some better crops that we can use. And I think this little site right here, it's over here by the water. Let me just see where that is. It's over here. Nope, that's not the right one. Is it here? This one here. So there's a greenhouse. It's on this side, which is not that far away from Colony. And this greenhouse, it says, this must be one of the greenhouses that people use for farming. Man, life must have been much more carefree back then. The greenhouse itself is in bad shape, but there's a variety of plants growing here that we haven't seen anywhere else. And this is what you need to do now to get more seeds. And then you can grow different kinds of crops. Now, the ones we have right now, they grow pretty quickly. They need to be harvested more constantly. What I want are fields that I can make. I want to be able to make big fields that have big harvests, but not as often. It'll free up some, my people can move around and do the ones that need to be tended to more often, and then go head over and harvest the ones that are big bulk food. I think that's going to be a good idea. Get more seeds. So we need a person with a settler badge and a person with a farmer badge. So if I configure an exploration, we should see somebody like Jamie, for example, has the farmer badge. And Maria here, she has a gatherer badge. We could send these 2, and then they're able to do whatever. I could send 2 rations each. That means we can do 2 action points. But if there's more to do here, like getting more different kinds of seeds, I'd like to know that we can do that. And if I can send 6 rations, sounds good. It doesn't appear as though we need anything else as far as tools or protection-wise, like extra stuff. So I'm just going to send these 2 people to start this expedition. And it appears as though we'll be good to go. I think that said, yeah, it's good. Okay. So those 2 guys are going to head over there, hopefully find new seeds. In the meantime, I've got 25 kids. Now, I don't want a whole lot more children. I'm kind of good with this. I would eventually like to get to 100 population, but in order to do that, I have to scale up the operation. And I need to get more people getting scrap and more people refining. But I have to be able to, of course, support that kind of population. One thing that's going to help in supporting that population is more efficient gathering from our civilization. We need to be able to take all the resources that we require, put them in a centrally located place, and have people dedicated to bringing them in so that people can go shopping. And I'm talking about, of course, the market. So we're going to get a market, and I think I want to put it right here. Now, it looks to me like we're going to have a little bit of an issue because of the power pole there. Now, somebody said that the power poles can just go right on the road and they won't obstruct the road. So if that's the case, I'd like to see that happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a power pole right here on the road, just as long as it's connected, which it looks like it will be. Nope, that's actually... No, it can't go there because then it's not connected. I need it to be right here. And you notice it doesn't let me place it. Like, it just simply won't let me place it on the road. I think it's because the road is pending and not actually being done yet. So I think temporarily, I don't really want to disconnect this stuff from power to do that. Man, it'd be nice to put this in here without removing that refinery. But the rocks are in the way. So in order to get this in here right where I want it, I'm going to have to... Wait. This works. That actually works. Yes. Market's going there. Now, I know there's a little bit of space that's kind of wasted here. And I'm actually pretty interested to see maybe we put another recycler down or something. We can focus certain resources that way. And it would be completely powered and stuff, too. So maybe we have a recycler... Actually, you know what? This might be a cool place for a well or even just an orchard. What about an orchard right here in the middle of town? Yeah, see, that's another problem with the power pole positioning, is you can't put anything down. Yeah, the power pole is going to stop me from doing everything. Well, we got a little one right here, which might be good enough to just say, okay, you know? And then a well could go here too, maybe. Actually, a well would have fit here. It might be better to put a well down, although we're okay on... See, we're more okay on water than we are on food, but I will need to start moving water around. And this well is not going to be in range, so I'm thinking maybe not on the well. And we stick to the orchard. Now, one thing you can do also with irrigation, and irrigation is going to use a lot of water, but one thing you can do with irrigation is if you give it clean water, it will actually decontaminate the ground as well. So if I was to put this here, for example, now that might be kind of a waste because there's not a whole lot of farmland right there. But if this irrigator is manned and we're giving it clean water, it will actually decontaminate the ground around it. So you could put irrigation all over your colony, even when there's not farms. And it would, as long as you're giving it clean water, it will actually, well, sanitize the ground. It's kind of a nifty little meta game trick that I don't normally play meta game tricks. I don't really necessarily like them. But in this case, I'm actually strangely okay with it because it makes some sort of sense. It's always done that. It's not like it's a new feature or anything. But I can pop orchards here, for example, and also pop another orchard over here. Or not. Can I please pop an orchard over here? I should be able to pop another one. Yeah, there we go. Right. Good enough. So 2 more orchards here. Farmers can get after it. All things will be good. When the market is completed, we're going to put some people on logistics. They'll be able to go get water, bring it over here, go get food, bring it over here, and then everyone can go shop in the same spot. We're going to do that same thing over here as well. We're going to have another market over here, and we'll keep expanding this direction around, and we'll have another central water hub on this side, so people can get water really quickly on this side too. To try and keep things powered, I've got another solar collector here, so we got plenty of surplus to expand with for now. We may want to look into getting another battery. I don't know how long 200,000 electricity lasts overnight, but eventually we're going to want another battery. It's pretty simple. We'll just pop it right here. Keep our power essentially located there too. Or, well, not centrally located, but keep it all located in the same spot. Maybe we'll just wrap around this little mountain here. And again, every rainstorm we have, although it looks like this one's not so much, but every rainstorm we have from this point on, for the most part, we can expect it to be contaminated in the ground. So we want to get protective gear as soon as possible. We're still down 69. Sorry, that's how many adults we have. I was looking at that. We're still down 16 protective gear. We also don't have a whole lot for... See, we're doing really well on charcoal. We need to do a little bit better on wood. And we don't have the irrigators actually working yet, which we kind of need to get that done. But resources are getting really hard to come by. I kind of want to cover this well with an irrigator as well, so that we're staying on that. Technician. I need more tools. Tailor, forester. I can't afford to take people off of these jobs. I'm going to have to reduce scrap collection just to get a bit more on the technician side so we can have more tools. And I want metal tools on all workshops. This one needs to be built next. I want to make radiation suits straight up for everyone. It's just really expensive. So for the time being, I have some tailor shops making radiation suits and the one making masks. So at least we're going to have tier 3 and tier 2 stuff being made. At least some people will be protected from all the elements. And again, we're a little bit light on food still. We're looking for people to clear out the radiation. When these kids grow up and become adults, I'm hoping to see that happen. And we should be growing up any second now. Max will become an adult, Scott and Bianca. These three, I'm kind of looking forward to maybe getting, how about we have actually, we're doing okay there on wood. Food is a little bit of a struggle. We'll get one more farmer, and then I think the builders are kind of okay though, right? Orchards are irradiated still. We're still clearing out. I mean, it's hard to tell what these guys are doing, right? Like, it's hard to tell which building they're working on first because I'm trying to build so many things. It looks like this is next on the list. Tailor shop is a good idea. It's a good priority. And if I can get more scrap collection too, like I really need to bust ass on that. Speaking of which, let's see where these scrap collectors are doing. There's not a whole lot left here. This is closer, I think. We can have them focus on this stuff for now. This scrap collector has got, whoops, that's herbal. Herbal actually has very little to do as well. We'll go there. But the scrap collector is, they got to travel a really far distance. Also, there's another ruin here. This is another greenhouse. I'm going to send a scout for that. See what we get there. We're getting a little bit light on food again. These things are all ready to harvest. Our guys just aren't doing it yet. It looks like maybe this guy is. I can't tell. He did a little bit, but then he left. Maybe we do need more farmers. Actually 3 of my farmers just died. That might be part of it too. Take one off build. Take one off fish. Actually, fishing is good. Take one off forestry. Take one off refining. And yeah, herbalist. We need them all the medicine we can make because people are going to be unhealthy. They're going to be irradiated and unhealthy, and we need to be able to treat that. So medicine needs to be a constant production consideration. And then I'm thinking... if we can get this stuff cleared, we can have more orchards and stuff too. So the idea, I think the big thing to take from this is that like everybody has to move everything all the time and they have to walk that distance. So you kind of want to have everything spread out. It's not quite what I thought before where it's like, hey, this is our farming district. You can't really do that. You got to have basically everybody able to get like all over the place. You need farms everywhere. You need water collection everywhere. Wells and stuff everywhere. That's the kind of stuff that's just... I feel like that's it. Because otherwise people can't get their supply. We're doing excellent on water now. Food, still a little bit iffy. I think once we start harvesting some of this stuff, which it looks like they're getting on it. Yep. You should see that number bump up pretty well. And target reach. What should the expedition take? What action should the direction... You get it. What direction should we take next? Okay, so a greenhouse. We saw pictures of them in the green zone. Picture all the plants and fruits that must have grown here. Sadly, it's not much left of them. The only things lying around here are rusty metal and scrap. We could send an expedition to excavate the ground. Maybe they'll find something. Sounds good. We will do that, but after we do the other thing, right? So let's see what the other thing is to do. Instruct the expedition. These are 2 old adults. Or 1 old adult and 1 adult. Jamie's arrived at the greenhouse. He says, "We've arrived. I don't know what the scout told you. I don't know what that scout told you. To us, it just looks like any other ruin scattered around the wilderness. Not very promising. Take a look around. Some plants are growing where the planting area must have been when this was still a lush green oasis. There's also an old ventilation shaft that we could dismantle for scrap. Okay, so there's a planting area. We want to do that. Let's continue. The plants growing here only vaguely resemble the corn we know. The exposure to radiation must have altered their phenotype. We could gather them and try to cultivate them. We have a corn seed. So that's able to be done now. And we have 25 corn. Beautiful. Let's actually check out the ventilation shaft as well. Well, it's an empty old shaft. We'll take it apart so that at least we end up with some metal out of this venture. Cool. The expedition failed to complete your task. What do you mean? I guess it's... I mean, what else did we expect? Cool. Loot and return. Take all of the things. We'll take the corn and the metal. Bring it all back to camp, please. Safe trip home. And then we can go ahead and break that stuff down. Now, I want to also look into maybe expanding out this way just a little bit, getting some farms going over here. This food is actually pretty far away for these guys. So I think we need some more farms this way as well. The problem with farms at this stage is that we have to clear the land every single time. It actually takes a long time to do that. And I'm not sure how to speed that up, to be honest. We got tons of plastic, tons of we're actually stopping on electronics because I don't need any more. Plastic, I think I want to keep going with that because these irrigators require 30 plastic to build. But right now, we have so many children. Oh, this is so good. So we're going to get tons of adults here popping any second. Hopefully that means more workforce for the orchards and stuff. I'm hoping. There's another farmer. Yeah. Okay, so as we expand now, and we're not going to have any homeless, but as we expand now, we're going to want to use shelters just for the time being. And I think the next shelter is going to be over in this area. Probably want a market here too. And maybe a pub. Like, we have lots of water. I'm thinking maybe a pub. We need to kind of make people happier, right? We could pop a pub right here. I'm going to pop a pub right there. And then a campfire. Again, this is like trying to like make them happier, right? A place they can gather and be happy. And I think the campfire could easily be over here. This is an okay spot for it. But I don't want to waste land. Can I have an orchard right here? Negative. Doesn't allow it. Okay, what about a field? Negative. It's just too small for that, I guess. We could fit a gatherer's cabin. Isn't there already gathering over here? This is herbal. This is gathering. It's literally the building right on top of this. Okay. We'll probably want to shelter out this way. Why is this? Oh, right. That's a field. Good. All right. So we can have... let's put it right here. I really wish this would allow me to build it, even though... Because it's just the pathway, right? The road path on that side is the only thing obstructing that. The actual structure itself can build on that mountain. Oh, hang on. We got a thing here. Expeditions returned home. Perfect. So we can send a new expedition if we want to. If it's possible to do. Is this a new one? Right, this is the new one. Correct? Hold on. Is this one? Yeah, this is the new one we haven't done yet. So we kind of want to go here. So configure this. We'll send Jamie and... we can send Jamie and... Oh. Oh, this is all we need. Right, we only need one person with this. And then we want at least scrap tools on everybody. So I'll send... Yeah, Jamie's on water collection. We'll send Philip as well. And then we'll make sure that we bring at least scrap tools, but we have to make them. I really don't want to send metal tools, but at least they can go immediately. So, okay. Send that expedition out to the greenhouse with the tools. All right. Let's see. What else? What else? We have corn seeds now. So we could maybe get some corn growing here. Should give us a little extra food per harvest. Might be nice. Let's have them build this irrigator next because we might be able to spread some clean water to these crops. And then I think I want this to switch to corn as well. Oh, wow. Interesting. Oh, okay. So it's slightly shorter harvest time for slightly less. I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll switch to corn on that one too. And then we have the wood in storage, so really just needs to be brought here and then constructed. How are we doing on... I think tailoring. Yeah, we have spare tools. Oh, we had spare tools. We had spare tools. Let's get another tailor in here. With the irrigator, I think this will greatly... Right? Isn't this gonna like... It's already... soil's already moisture. Wait. Okay, soil's already moisture. Soil's already wet. Terrestrial radiation is none. So what is that gonna actually do for me, I wonder? Terrestrial radiation being none is questionable. But this irrigator is going to suck up some water too. So we have to stay on top of our water. We're at 7K. And we're going to have an uncontaminated rain here before the drought and one after the drought. That's going to help us a lot. Hopefully it clears away some of the terrestrial radiation. Maybe we won't have to clear the radiation here anymore and we can start just, you know, putting supply in. This pub also going to take water. So again, we need more water production. To help with that, I think we're going to start another water hub over here just to give these guys a chance to get some cleaner or easier access water. So why don't we get rain collectors set up? And we'll do it kind of like one here, here, here. We'll get a cistern on this side. Let's say there. Have another rainwater collector there. And then, honestly, you could probably just do a bunch of them. And then what I'm planning to do here, and let's maybe only do this one at a time because we want to make sure they actually get built. We got to hope that when this stuff gets built, we'll have another road. Logistics, right? We'll want the road to go like this. And then we'll bring the road all the way out this way. And it can hook up and connect to all the rest of this stuff. Right? So wherever we're going to build whatever this is, we'll connect it out to this road here. We'll have a market here. Food, water, all of it goes to the market as well as the scrap. And then we can also tear down this scrap. We'll tear down this scrapyard. Make room for another field. More food, maybe? Uh-oh. Expedition was aborted. An explorer died when the expedition was in preparation. That's a little crappy. I'm just saying, that's a bit crappy. That shouldn't happen, but okay. They should be replaced with somebody else with the same job or something, but I guess I get it. We'll send Jamie and Sarah then, and again, we want to give them metal tools. Go. Rest in peace, by the way. I know, you have absolutely no remorse whatsoever, huh? No soul, not a soul. We'll put a market there as well. And again, this is just going to provide people with an extra place to shop. But this is the one we want built, like, first. Irrigator's up. Let's get somebody working there. Irrigation. So we want maybe low. Let's do medium irrigate. I don't really know the actual implications and the difference between these things, other than the water we consume. But the drought is coming, so we're going to use it. And these sturdy houses are basically built. We just need people to prop them up. I'm actually thinking we'll put a pause on this. Population's growing enough as is at the moment, so let's put a pause on the houses. We'll prop them up when we need them. But what I really want you to focus on is this market, I think, if you can. Let's get some extra farmers, work these fields. And then another builder. We're about to get an uncontaminated rain. It's gonna be so nice for water and hopefully really nice for our crops and stuff too. And I want it to clear away the radiation if it can. Actually, we're looking pretty good here on surface radiation. This is lucky. This is very lucky. What's not so lucky is food right now. It's actually a lot. It's pretty bad. I'm not sure of the immediate on solving it. Bring down the farmers. Bump up you guys. Well keepers are good. Let's bump up fishing. And I mean, I think we have enough farmers as is. We need to bump up like all this stuff. Or fishing operation too. I want to bump that up if I can. More fishing. Fishing hut. Will you fit here? Yeah, right over... you're not gonna be able to walk that way. Also, this is only 80% anyway. I'd have to be way over here for 100%. That's good enough for me. We just need people. We just need the food. Also, we can maybe take the road this way too. Kind of a zigzag here, but if they can get over here faster, that way to the warehouse. Can we put another warehouse over here, possibly? Forester's Lodge, you got nothing to cut down, man. We're gonna have you start foresting over here, I guess. Yeah, you have to start foresting on this side. And then you have nothing to cut down as well. We'll have you start foresting over here too. Like, you'll both hit this area here. All right, the drought. The drought is coming. Stockpile water and food in order to survive. The soil is going to become infertile. This should be okay. Our crops here should be okay, I believe. I don't have the other irrigator up and running. Where did I put that? Didn't I have another one? Here it is, right here. I kind of want to have that running. I kind of want these running just to remove radiation from the ground. But I think the uncontaminated rain will help with that, right? At least I thought it would, but maybe it won't. Yeah, so right now, we had enough food. But right now we have so many children that they are sucking down the food. So I need to have these farms constantly maintained. And that's the thing. Like, with the amount of food these are creating every season, we really shouldn't have a problem with this. The problem comes when the farmers they're not actually doing the job, right? The farmers are not harvesting. At least they're not harvesting fast enough. And I do have enough farmers. But I'll add another. And yeah. We'll call that good for now. Housing wise, any overflow is going to go into settlements from now. So we'll take and get a settlement, or sorry, a shelter. We'll get a shelter put in like right here next to the market. If we can build that, get people in there. $78 adults, $79 adults, good. Get them on the farms. We have max gathering, but I kind of think we need more gathering now. I'm thinking we probably do one more gatherer's hut, gatherer's cabin, and we can stick it on this side. Maybe right here is probably good. They can go gathering out this way. Yeah, the gatherer will go from here. And they'll gather out this way. And all these bushes and stuff that are out this way. And then they can bring it all into the market. The market's getting built now. At least I hope it is. Please build the market. It's a really essential tool. I'd really like to start that. Pretty please. Also this irrigator. We need to build that now too. Like right now. Because the drought's here. Come on, I have 2 builders. Let's go. Each of you take one. There you go. There you go. There you go. So hopefully this will start getting irrigated. We'll use medium water here. So now this is all infertile land, but this is still good. At least inside the boundaries of the irrigator, we're still able to grow food. This right here will also help us. It keeps the ground irrigated here, which means this crop will do well, and these crops, this crop right here will keep doing well, etc. Market's not built yet. Kind of hoping that gets done pretty please. We're doing decently on food despite the rapid population growth just now. Well, we were doing okay. Let's get 4 builders in the camp so we can start getting repairs. Make sure we're on build and repair. And with the workforce here, we actually should have... you know what? Let's actually not do that. Let's pull a couple of people into the logistics. And we can have some people pull in inventory into the market so people can shop here. That'll be nice to have too. Yeah, so food is going to start getting to be a problem in a second. Water's going to come back. We got a nice rain season about to happen here. A couple of really nice rain seasons about to happen. And I really need to have... I need more scrappers. And I just need a whole bunch of more people, man. All right. Well... Looks like our scout report of metal and rubble. Should we be looking for anything specific or just grab and get out of here in a hurry? Search for seeds and plants. It doesn't look like much, but we'll keep our eyes open. We have the surroundings and the remnants. Okay, let's get the remnants. If anything from the time before the incident survived, then we ought to find it underground. But it's been a long time. We'll have to be really thorough. Chief, we found a new type of seed for our fields. There's squash. Cool. And then the surroundings. Oh, I didn't bring enough rations. Shoot. I did have enough rations. It's just that when that one guy died, I came back and I resent new people and I didn't send enough rations when that happened. I really wish that they would. That's not cool. Like, they should give me the option to replace that person. Maybe like a pop-up. Hey, this guy died. Would you like to replace that person? And then we click the person and all the same rules apply. We just swap the person. That's a good idea to solve that. But in the future, I'll just have to keep my eyes open for that. It's really a big shame. If I loot and return, can I resend somebody over there? We have nothing to show for us other than the seed. Can I send a new one over here? To get the surroundings? I hope I can. All right, we've got uncontaminated rain about to happen. Super stoked about that. Let's make sure all of our wells are being managed. Good. We have up to 3 irrigators. Missing resources to repair the building. Oh, plastic. We are out of plastic. Wow. When did we get out of plastic? Damn. We only have 2 people without protective clothing. We're finally catching up on it, guys. That's probably why we're out of plastic, honestly. It's probably because of these. We made all these radiation suits. It's pretty bitchin'. I gotta say, we're getting really close. But now we're getting low on food again. Let's make sure we have more people on farming. And not fishing. Do we have another gatherer's hut? Did that get built yet? No, but we really want it to be. Can you build that next? And then let's put a pause on that. These houses are still paused. We need more people on the wells. And let's get 1 more person on farming. Hopefully we can pull enough food out of these farms, because we're about to run out of food now. Expedition is returned. Can I send another one to this? I'd like to send. You're an irrigator. I don't need an irrigator right now. I'm gonna send you out that way, and we'll make sure you have a scrap tool. And I'm going to send you with 2 rations just in case. Go. All right. So it looks like we're going to come in just enough on the food. We're starting to harvest enough. And we're just getting enough. I like it. Let's make sure we have an adequate workforce to maintain on the tools. And then the irrigators, they don't do anything when it's... Water consumption is 200 per season. I see. All right, we need more water collection if we're gonna have all these. I'm gonna switch them to none temporarily. Switch them to none. So we can collect as much water as we can out of the rain that's happening. Yeah, we're low on food again. I want the gatherer's hut made, but it's not built. Not built. More farming. More farming. Go farming. Go farm go. Go farm go. This irrigator is gonna hopefully get built too. I need as many farmers as I can. Let's go. Actually, the fishers can stay at 6. Just crank these farms. Crank the farms, get it harvested. Let's go. We have 88 adults now. This is sick. I'm gonna get to 100. I'm excited about it. Collecting that water would be nice too. We don't have a water tower near this yet though. So why don't we get a water tower prompted over here too. That will not cover the well. We need to put it back behind. We'll put it back here. And this will cover all water gathering activities in the future here. Right here. Seems good. And then the road can come in like that. So this market should also help these guys. They have to walk all the way over to the market. That's going to suck, but we'll have 2 markets. Let's get also some more logistics people. Transporting stuff is important. What's going on here anyway? Change field of work. Oh, right. All of this. This is your field of work. Please get stuff. Also, what happened to power? How are you not powered? You're right here. Maybe the market doesn't get power. Does the market not get power? Or maybe the people aren't working here yet. He says we have 3 people working here. I need people on Taylor Stop too. Right, we can start pulling back on the farmers just a little bit. Get some more people on logistics, and 1 more on scrap collection, and 1 more on forestry, please. 90 adults, baby. 90. Oh yeah, and then, 1 died. 44 people are in poor health. How are we doing on herbs? Is that not something we're doing really well on? We've got herbs there. I thought there was 1 more herbalist. Oh, there's 2 herbalists on the same region. Well, I don't know if that's a bad thing. But I do know that all the herbs are... All right, let's pull back a little bit on... We're actually good on protective clothing now. So, I don't want to good per se, but we have enough to at least cover people. So I think it's good to have more herbalists. I'm going to pull back on the tailor, put 1 more on the herbalist. We're almost good with tools. We actually have a couple of spare. So we'll pull back on the technician, go more herbalist. And I think it's probably a really good idea to have another herbalist somewhere else. So why don't we drop another... herbal hut. There's a whole bunch of stuff over here. We'll drop 1 there. We'll have them start collecting on this side. Expedition is still being prepared. I don't have a scrap tool. Do I have to make a scrap tool? I mean, if I have to, then I guess. I'm completely out of scrap. This is no good. All off refining, all on scrap. Put a couple on refining, I guess, but all on scrap, please. And then how's our scrap places looking? Scrapyard's got basically nothing to look at. This is such a long trek, man. It's such a long ways away. We have this here. There's plenty to do there. Gather the scrap, bring it on in the camp. We're getting some lightly irradiated here. I don't think it'll be a super big deal. We're also not covering these on the slight irradiation. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. So the towers are the ones that store it, right? Do the towers... Or is it just the cisterns? And I know people store it in their own homes, too. This market needs more plastic. We just need a ton of scrap right now. Bring it in here so we can maintain. And with the herbs being brought in, we'll hopefully have visitors to the hospital. Get them back into good health. Of course, we still have contamination. Now we're starting to get down on tools, too. Because I brought people off refining and stuff. That irrigation plant's going to be sweet. As long as we have clean water. Do we have builders? We have a couple. Let's get a couple more scrap, couple more refiners, one more farmer. You're making cloth. Still important. 94 people. Oh, we need more farmers now. Now we need a lot more. Now we're going to have a problem with food. Unless we can get farms under control right now. Fishing is a constant source of food. So maybe that will be okay. We can pull a couple people off of this, stick them on fishing. Still have the 2 builders. I need scrap collection really bad, so we're going to have to keep that. I guess we'll take you 1 off refiner and go... Gathering hut's still not good. Put you on forestry instead. So, we got kind of a food situation, but I think we can sort it out. I think we're going to be all right. 94 people. We can sort out the food situation. And I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a cliffhanger, wondering whether or not people will die of starvation. It might happen. Honestly, it might happen a little bit. But as we scale, as we get more scrap, hopefully it'll all just eventually work itself out, you know? So I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you haven't already. And check out any of the other videos we got going on, too. I'm sure there's a bunch of them out there you haven't seen yet. Take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.